Yahusha. All right, shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, as always, we'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, HaKadosh.
All right, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well with the correct doctrines of the heavenly scriptures, and as well, Akim out there teaching his word in all truth and sincerity, faith, and fear of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai. All right, we out here once again, week in, week out. All right, prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as America, aka Babylon in the scriptures. All right, because we are experiencing right now the fall of Rome, you know, all over again, man. This is Rome 2.0. All right, and just as ancient Rome fell, so with its modern Rome, man. All right, Egypt, you know, different names in the scriptures synonymous with America. All right, and I got an article that I want to go into, but first you can bring that second Ezra.
Chapter 9.
That first verse.
This is second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And with that,
right. Measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right, when you're measuring the times, you measure it with what? The scriptures. All right, with the prophecy written scriptures. See what's going on in the world today, and then you go into the scriptures and you link it all together. Okay? And what we're experiencing right now is end-time prophecies come to pass, man. Okay? Habakkuk the second chapter. All right? Yeah.
it says again, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. And you know, there's another scripture that says the Most High will visit the world with storm and tempest, you know, different natural disasters, like the different earthquakes we've been seeing. All right. And it was a, not to get up too far off topic, but it was the same cloud that was seen over Syria and Turkey before that earthquake happened over there is recently been seen over, where's it recently? I think it's Argentina. It's recently seen over Argentina. So they saying that, you know, and the brother out in New York, he connected it that it might lead to another earthquake. Just a side note that the Lord is visiting this place with natural disasters. There you go.
It says, therefore, again, Aslakia, thou then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, because he's the Alpha and Omega. He declares the ending from the beginning, right? And he uses his prophets to prophesy the ending. You know, Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. All right, that's what we're here to proclaim, man. All right, because this is the time. Okay. Now you can hold that, and I want to go into this article that I came across because recently you had the U.S. so-called shoot down so-called balloons, spy balloons from China, and now they're trying to say that they're unidentified, and you know they could potentially be alien spacecraft and this and that. But that's all fabrication and lies, man, because Esau can't shoot down the chariots. That's impossible. Okay? Though he tries with his technology, it's impossible. And it really, that's a diversion from what's really going on. Because recently, like I'm bringing on this article, they got caught destroying the pipeline. You know, the allies over there in the European Union, they know about it. You know, and they wait, they get everything, they, you know. So action is going to take place behind that. That's what I'm trying to say. But this article right here, this is from news.com.au. The title reads, says, U.S. dismisses utterly false report on Nord Stream pipeline bombings. It says, a bombing report claimed that the United States was responsible for the bombing of Nord Stream pipelines last year has been blasted as utterly false. All right, that pipeline was connecting Europe, was bringing in natural gas from Russia to Europe, you know, to Germany and then to other EU countries over there. So now that's destroying a major part of the infrastructure because that natural gas is essential. You need it for heating your home. You need it for you know, a whole host of things, man. So with them destroying that pipeline, all right, that's causing tension between their allies and them, you know, and that coincides with the scriptures. Reading on, though, it says the bombshell report claiming the United States was responsible for the bombing of Russia's Nord Stream pipelines in the Baltic Sea last year has been blasted as utterly false by the White House. Of course, it says veteran investigative journalist Seymour Hersh, a former Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter with the New York Times and New Yorker, made an explosive claim on Wednesday in the first piece of the Substack blogging platform. The article, based on the account from the unnamed national security source, which directed knowledge of the operational planning, alleged the United States sabotaged the Russia to Germany gas pipelines via a series of underwater blasts on September 26th, after planting the remotely detonated explosive 3 months earlier under cover by the Beltops 22 NATO exercise. Okay, and it's going. Oh, you got it.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall be known. Therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon housetops."
And that's what's happening now. You know, Esau can't hide anything, man. You know, we in the time of maximum exposure, all right, and primarily via the prophets, all right. Bringing out all the charges of this place has been brought to the forefront, right? So that great indictment is coming as a result of that. You see, and if you could get that Revelation 17 now.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verse 16, and it reads, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate." That's the one. "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
Right. The 10 horns that sit on the beast, that symbolizes the 10 common markets, which is the NATO alliance of the North Atlantic Treaty. You know, the different. First, it started off as 10 countries back in like 1990. 1959, Salakia. And now it's up to like 28 plus countries. That's all, you know.
32 or 33 now?
Yeah, like, yeah. You know, so they all together now. And pretty much they starting to hate the war. And this is one of the main reasons why this prophecy is coming to pass. Because they destroyed their pipeline. You got President Biden, who was actually on record saying that he would destroy the pipeline.
Going into that article that was in Newsbreak dealing with it said it says the U.S. intercepts 4 Russian aircrafts near Alaska in routine encounter, and I had went to the comments, and someone in the comments had said that Biden just might want to open the pipeline up since that will be our lifeline, and Biden sold off our war reserve, and now our allies are turning their backs on us. They are getting ballsy, and eventually they will attack us. Good reason to not have gun control. Well, that was the point. That was the point of the comment that was made in there. But like these people, they see it, and like you said, like they hate the horde, yeah. You know. Which is America, aka Babylon the Great.
Right. So yeah, you know, it's further evidence to prove to support what's going on. You know, and this is what you do. You apply real world events with the scriptures. Man. That's how you connect it. That's how you measure. You know. Now I'm gonna read a little bit more into this article. It says, quote, "This is utterly false and complete fiction." White House National Security Council spokeswoman Andrea Watson said in a statement to Reuters. And of course she'll say that because, you know, they work for Washington, you know. It says the CIA and State Department also categorically denied the report. According to Hearst, President Joe Biden gave the order after months of back and forth discussions between the White House, CIA, and Pentagon, and that planning for the attack began in December 2021 under the National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. It says, quote, over the next several meetings, the participants debated options for an attack, Hearst wrote. It says, quote, the Navy proposed using a newly commissioned submarine to assault the pipeline directly. The Air Force discussed dropping bombs with delayed fuses that could be set off remotely. The CIA argued that whatever was done, it would have to be covert. It says everyone involved understood the stakes. This is not kiddie stuff. The source said, if the attack was traceable to the United States, it is an act of war. Okay. So, yeah, man, this is a major step towards war, man. All right, them destroying the pipeline and getting caught. They said if it were traceable, which it is. And this article, goes on to bring out certain information that they did it. All right, so America is caught red-handed, man. And now what? You see, and people playing it off like it's something minor, but really that's heavy, man. You know the precepts?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Wherever you go, so,
I got precept.
yeah.
Okay. This is Matthew 24, and I'm gonna start at 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right, wars and rumors of war. And that's all you hear. It's starting to be more prevalent, more how can I say?
It's like an escalation. Like it's happening, but it's like not. You know what I'm saying? Where it's going to end up being at.
Right.
You know that.
But it's another scripture that say a rumor shall be heard one year, and after that, in another year, there's war in the land.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's going from a rumor to step to the forefront. Pretty soon you're gonna have nukes flying, right?
Right.
All right, and that's one step closer to Yahweh Shah's return, because these are the last few prophecies that must take place prior to the Lord's return. All right, the MOTB, which is the charagma, the C-hip spoken of in Revelation 13. All right, which you're not going to be able to buy and sell unless you have it. It ain't talking about a spiritual mark. All right. You got something?
It's still.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. And it reads, when I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not.
Right. Say he shall not be able to hide himself. See, so, and that's one of the major, components of Esau's rulership is deception and the ability to secrecy. The ability to keep things hidden. But now you don't have that luxury no more, man. Things just as soon as it happens, it's being brought forth on the national scale, man.
I can add on. You had, we went into Revelation 13 a couple weeks ago, where it said that power was given to the beast to speak great things. Well, Esau's been able to speak lies for a moment, and everything's been working, but he sees his lies are not having a full effect anymore, because the world is catching on to his bullshit, right? But he's losing his power to where he can't hide. That's how you destroy the secret societies. You reveal the secrets. So with the brother reading in Jeremiah, he should not be able to hide himself. The Lord is frustrating the tokens of those lies. That's what gave Esau this power, man. I think there was even a video of the bombing of the pipeline, and like someone was going in on how you could tell it was a bomb. It wasn't natural or anything, because there was something, I can't remember what it was, but they said if you look here and you look there, that's the proof of an explosion from a weapon. But I had a scripture to read real quick. Because you mentioned what's going on with Russia, right? And but this is because you're leading up to the ultimate outcome, which is war and everything. That's what's going on, what's coming to place. This is Isaiah 13 and 17. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them." And this is talking about against Babylon. All right, ultimately against Esau. All right. "But behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." And it goes on. It's about how there's going to be, the dashing of the young and the old, the ones in the womb. But the Medes are the Russians. All right, today. All right, and with this whole pipeline and this constant friction between America and Russia today, we already know that Russia's going to go to war with America. It's already known. But they're going to have that spirit in them that I just read in Isaiah, how they're not going to regard anything, basically. That the sanctions, whatever is put on them, they're not going to care. All right, they don't care about the threats that America's going to make against them, because Esau's fucking with their livelihood, their life. Trying to cut them off. They're trying to ultimately do like what they're going to do to us here in America, cut them out from society. Because the whole thing with the pipeline, Russia is like the leading, like, natural gas energy source in the world, right? I think it owns like 75% or something like that. So if you mess with that, then that can take that from a rake status. That kind of takes Russia out the game, or so that America believes. So, but I'm pretty sure Putin knows that. They think that they're like, damn, they're trying to hit us where it really hurts.
Yeah.
So it's causing these violent uprisings that are going to take place ultimately World War III. Go ahead.
And two, to answer your point, that was a huge investment on the part of Russia and Europe, to get that pipeline up and running. So we then had Nord Stream 2 that was just getting underway. That was going to bring more natural gas from Russia into Europe. So they blew that up too. So what you have now is that Europe has to rely on America largely to get natural gas. And they get it at 5 times increase in price, getting it from the U.S. And that was the whole point, to destroy that connection with Russia, and have it to where they had to buy it from America. And that's what they've been doing. So America been profiting off of that, but now they're bringing it out. And then I got another article about Putin having discussions with Europe. They get together in a round table and they're having discussions. If you want to have talks with Europe as it involves this pipeline, the evidence that they got. So the scriptures is coming to life, man. It's the point I'm trying to make. If you get Habakkuk 2.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 7. It says, "Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad."
Right. Hey, Babylon made all the world drunken, man. All right. Have been a golden cup. It's been living lavishly, man, based off of these cons. So now all of that lasciviousness, man, is being destroyed. And read that again,
Jeremiah 51 and 7, "Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand."
Right, in the Lord's hand. See, going to show you that it's the Lord that put this devil on a great level, man. He brought him up just to tear him down. When you go into Romans the 9th chapter, it say, "For this very cause have I raised thee up." Speaking about ancient Egypt, but also this modern Egypt. That he may show his power in you is the exact how it's written.
That made all the earth drunken.
Drunken through her philosophies, her way of life, the whole do what thou wilt, so-called democracy, spreading out throughout these other countries. All right, and people are slowly distancing themselves from America's way of life, man. Yeah.
The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right. They drunk that shit, man. They believe they bought into the lie of America. Right? But now the nations is like, no, man, we don't want what you had to bring to the table. All right. They want to they want to go back to doing things their way. And they tired of America being the bully of the earth, man. All right?
Gotta appreciate it.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 in verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's true. Or you know what? Salak. Well, I mean, what do you want? Because I could start there, but if you want to get to verse 2. Okay. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is
And
yet.
that plain upon tables. The vision first and foremost is the prophecies. All right. And the plain upon tables is the scriptures in which the prophecies are written. All right. The prophesy, this is what we do. Prophesy. Prophesy means to say before it happens. Man. All right. The Lord would always give a warning before destruction. All right. So therefore, people will be without excuse. All right. We out here week in, week out prophesying the word, but yet no one really inquires, which is only for the nation of Israel to truly inquire into work within, the realm of truth. And for the other nations, we're here to prophesy their downfall, their judgment. Okay, so we prophesy to everybody. That's why we're on the chief place of concord. But the word is going out and people going about their daily lives, but it's going to come upon them unawares. It's deep in the night.
It says, the vision is yet for a point in time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right. So to tarry means to delay. A while, the prophecy seems as though it's delaying. But there's always been things going on. Different prophecies happen. But now prophecies jumping off the page, man. All right, now we can actually see. I'm reading an article on it. We can actually see World War III coming to pass, man. It's becoming obvious that the scriptures is supposed to happen.
Back in 2nd Ezra, with the 9th chapter, it said, then shalt thou well understand. Things have been happening. It may seem like it's been dragging, but so many things contribute in the defense of the truth. It says, yea, he also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Actually, I jumped. Verse 4, it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
Right. His soul is lifted up in pride. Pride primarily through military might. He's gotten on such a great level to where he thinks that he's indestructible. And the scriptures do say, who can make war with peace? All right. But we understand that it's going to be a conglomerate of nations to come against America. It ain't going to just be America versus Russia and China and all. It's going to be China, Russia, the allies of Russia, and even American allies. Okay? And furthermore, the Lord controls the nukes. I believe, it ain't the doctrine, but the chariots are controlled by the Lord. All right, He can shut them offline and He can put them online. It's not up to Esau to be able to shoot nukes here and there. All right, the Lord controls that via the angels. All right, but that's a whole other subject. But you got
it says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death. So yea, I'm gonna start over. Yea, also because he's transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Part of that wine is those lies and philosophies that he spread. Right? Because you got the whole world, in a Western type of mentality. They living through what Esau's likeness is. And by Esau winning over these other nations, or deceiving them or whatever, it's making it easier for him to push his agenda, because now he got these other nations on board. So it says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Right. You hold that. But yeah, you know, America is a melting pot of nations. You know, he gathered unto him all nations. You know, and everybody flock here to gain, you know, prosper and whatnot. But all of that is being done away with. Man. All right. Now is the time, the season for destruction. You know, people are sobering up from that wine, man. You know, and when you wake up from wine, a lot of times you wake up with a hangover, mad, like fuck, you mad at the person that gave it to you.
Sick.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what America is in these other nations. They're like, goddamn, you got a drunk and you going fucking up doing all this other shit.
Yeah, you wake up with a fucking area on the couch. That's what Esau does, man.
Right.
He said,
I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
So you got.
this is Nahum 3 and 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, it's talking about America, aka Babylon the Great, you know. It says, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Right. So it's shame. It's a shameful feeling. Like I said, back in Habakkuk, the second chapter, is being brought upon America. All right, because this place was brought upon wicked means, man. All right, it wasn't brought about in a noble fashion. You know, where prospered that way. It prospered through bloodshed, man. Rape, robbery, and murder, man. That's how they came up. You know, you got all these proud as Americans as if they really accomplished something through hard work. No, they did it through deception, witchcraft, and violence.
Thievery.
Going on this.
A little bit more, yeah. Verse 6 it says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Right. The other nations gazing at America right now, man. They're like, oh, this motherfucker. They the ones did it, huh? Because I got another article that was talking about the EU nations, how they would, how they pretty much would, once they found out who did it, they were saying what they was going to do as a result, you know. So I got a whole article on that, and that's what's pretty much happened. They know that America did it. So, yeah.
It says in Habakkuk 2 and 6, shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Right, thick clay going to debt. Okay, what's that debt? I think now it's like above like 30 something trillion, you know, which can never be paid off. And right now, you know, they pretty much gonna crash the markets, man, and, you know, reset the whole system. So they don't really give a fuck about the debt anyway. They're gonna default on it and whatnot.
Well, even about what you're talking about, the debt that they're getting in these violent actions they're putting against these other nations, it's becoming too much. All right, you know, sitting down, being so-called cordial in a room, in a meeting, discussing what can be done to do this, do that, what you did this, it ain't gonna do it anymore. All right, Esau has done too much. He's acquired too much debt in every aspect possible. So when it comes to, you know, fucking with other nations, all right, you know, I said, like, he keeping that on home, you know, setting up all those militarized zones and invading these other nations, that's too much now. So the only plausible solution is to give back what Esau's been doing to everybody else, which that's what the Lord said, right? You know?
Right. Real quick, I want to go a little bit into this other article from Reuters. All right, it was a pretty reputable source, Reuters. And the title reads, says, EU vows to protect energy network after sabotage of Russian gas pipeline. All right, we'll look into this word sabotage real quick. All right, sabotage in Google, it says deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something especially for political or military advantage. Okay, and that's what they did with the pipeline. They did it to gain the advantage. All right, so they can be the ones to sell the natural gas to Europe. You know, and to exclude Russia. They were saying that Russia, it was an inside job, and that they sabotaged their own pipeline for whatever means. Okay, but come to find out, America was behind it. All right.
About politics, the word goes into being cunning, by the way. Found that out a little bit longer. Policies, politics goes into cunning, to be deceptive. Good point. Political aspects, you said, for sabotage.
A little bit into this article, it says the European Union on Wednesday promised a robust response to any intentional disruption of its energy infrastructure after saying it suspected sabotage was behind gas leaks discovered this week on subsea Russia pipelines from Europe. All right, so they said they promised a robust. Real quick, I want to kind of go into these definitions real quick. Robust, it says a strong or healthy or vigorous. It says strong and rich in flavor, but pretty much, you know, they promised a powerful response to whoever did it. You know, once they found out. So we'll see how that goes. But we know, according to scriptures, it's gonna lead to them shooting nukes on America, man. All right, it says the gas spewed out under the Baltic Sea for a third day after the first being detected. It remained far unclear who might be responsible for the sabotage of the Nord Stream pipelines that Russia and European partners spent billions and billions of building. See, so of course they're gonna be pissed off. They didn't spend so many billions building it, and they saying that it might be irreversible, the damage that was done. You see. So that just put a major gap into the all of Europe. All right. So it says Russia, which slashed gas deliveries to Europe after the West imposed sanctions over Moscow invasion of Ukraine, has also said sabotage was a possibility. Quote, any deliberate disturbance of European energy infrastructure is utterly unacceptable and will be met with a robust and united response, the EU Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell said. You know? And just because America's allied with Europe, who's to say that they're just gonna not fulfill it just because it's America? You know, they said whoever did it, they're gonna respond. You know, of course. So. But yeah, you know, brother got
I can continue to finish this on. This is back in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 7. It said, again, verse 6, shall not these take up a parable against them and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee?
Right.
Right.
Well, yeah, they rising up suddenly. They can, you know, they can give America the business together.
It says, and thou shalt be booties unto them. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Right. And that's a major spoiling right there, man, what they did with the pipeline, man. That sabotaged their whole, you know, that's their whole way of life of doing things, man. That took away the convenience of Europe getting that gas from them, man, from Russia. Now they gotta go through other means, they gotta go through America. You know, they gotta go through the dollar, but everybody really done with the dollar. You know, so America still trying to keep that going. But it's inevitable that it's short-lived, man, according to the scripture. Yeah.
It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. It says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Right. They coveted after that natural gas, man. You know, they wanted to be the ones to deliver that over there, you know, and get paid from it. All right, because Europe, they don't have any major, they import everything pretty much, you know, so they're very reliant country. You know, it's that bottomless pit, as Revelation puts it, you know. So yeah, it's about to introduce you. You got it.
They said, well, also because Esau doesn't ever have any intention of trying to share his status. He wants to always remain, you know, the apex of society, man, at the top, you know. It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. It says, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. It says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity.
Right. Woe meaning destruction. Man. Okay, death and destruction. And this is the balance of things showing you right there, saying woe to them that do this. You know, so because America did it, they got to suffer the consequences. Ain't no way around it. You know, no matter what they do. But it's good just look that real quick.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, then shall I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Right.
Yeah, kind of close. It's Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Yeah, they're deceived through their pride, man. Pride is a major way to lock a person into deception. You know, because they supposing what's gonna go on to say.
It says, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right, and that's the mindset of Babylon, man. Who shall bring me down to the ground? You know, they think they're so high and lofty, you know, that nothing can bring them down. But they're sadly mistaken, man. Every great nation, every great civilization always comes to a ruin after a certain amount of time, man. All right, and America is following that same blueprint of ancient Rome, you know, with its politics and economics. You know, they're gonna fall into that same snare.
Pride going before destruction.
Pride goes before destruction.
It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Right. He set his nest among the stars back when they was going into outer space and doing all that. You know, the space race. That's when they first started to come down. You know. Now they really starting to come down, man. Now all the pieces is really starting to come together. We can actually see this. You know, prophets are called in ancient word seers. You know, so we can see these things happen. We do see it happen. Even though the rest of the world, you know, they through their pride and willful ignorance, they can't see it, but we see it clear as day, man. But a little bit more into this article, it says the UN Security Council will convene on Friday at the request of Russia to discuss damage to the pipelines and the French UN mission, which holds the presidency of 15-member council, said September. So yeah, they even get together with Russia. You know, and Russia's supposed to be like the boogeyman. So now Russia is having talks with Europe. What that tell you? You know, it's that alliance, you know, big great. So it says Russia's embassy in Washington said Moscow has asked for a meeting as it insists on the need for a comprehensive and objective examination of the circumstance of the unprecedented attacks on Russia's pipelines. Since the embassy in early Thursday stated on its Telegram channel also accused the United States of attempts to squeeze out Russia from the energy market through a non-market methods of sanctions. See, they was already trying to do it through the sanctions, trying to squeeze out Russia. So now, with that direct attack, they went further. They're like, okay, these sanctions ain't working. They going around our sanctions. So we're gonna go ahead and just sabotage this shit. You know. But then we had Joe Biden dumb enough to say on camera that that they was gonna get it done. So regardless of how they try to cover it up and how sneaky they try to do it, you already on, you know. So yeah, man.
I want to say something real quick. Okay, I think this is interesting. When you go into it, it says, I looked it up on Google. It says, I typed in who controls the Nord Stream pipeline, right? It says the pipeline is owned and operated by Nord Stream AG, whose majority shareholder is the Russian state-owned company Gazprom. Gazprom is also behind the building of a parallel gas pipeline, Nord Stream 2, which was due to come on stream this year, okay? It also says the blast at the Nord Stream pipeline in September were caused by an act of sabotage. This is how they figured out that it was an act of sabotage. After evidence of explosives was discovered at the site by investigators, okay? And what happened was the license for Russia to build that second pipeline was stopped, okay? Because they need a license to do these things. But what you got to understand is, like the brother Yakawal brought out, America wants to be on top at all times, right? They want to maintain the control. They want to maintain the superiority. So I got a precept for that. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16, it just goes to show you that this is the spirit that's behind it. So like, Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 16, it says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall, you know? And that's how they maintain superiority, by throwing stones and hiding their hands, you know? Putting holes in the pipeline so that those bubbles come bubbling up to the top, you know? That was how they discovered it, the seismologists. That's how they discovered the holes in the pipelines, you know, by seeing those things in the ocean.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's an excellent point. I was missing some precepts of rapping. Get out of Joel to Jeremiah. Something, you know, destruction, scripture, you know, World War III, scripture.
Now, this is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, that's talking about the wicked elite that currently hold the highest position over the earth. They're, you know, ruling the wickedness over the earth. So in Job 9 and 24, the earth had been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, so it's in their power to practice, to push their will throughout the earth, man, which is a wicked agenda. All right, and the ultimate goal is to have everybody see him with that implantable device underneath their skin, man. You know, you got it.
It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence.
Right, the covet means the one with the next person got. All right, and that's all America does. All right, it's covet fields. You take them violently. You know, war, creating different, you know, creating different fictional scenarios in countries like weapons of mass destruction back when Bush, you know, was in office. You know, so they can have the means to go in and break the land of their resources, man. They'll do whatever they got to do to get it. You know. Got it.
And houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Right. And chiefly that applies to us, next to Israel, that he's done this to. You know, he oppressed our heritage, man. All right. And actually, you know, he took it upon himself, you know, to call himself professed to be an Israelite, a Jew. You know, they say Jewish, but you know, but they've done that all throughout the earth as well. You know. So, right now we see the balance, the scales being balanced, man. All right, you got it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47. Let's start at verse 1. Isaiah 47:1, and it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans."
Right. You say come down and sit in the dust. That dust represents confusion. You know, this place is gonna be confounded, man, and reduced to literal dust. But start with that confusion. All right.
It says, "For thou shalt be no more called tender and delicate."
Right. For the longest, this place has been looked at in the eyes of the world as the place, the land of opportunity. The place, the American dream, the place that you want to be. And you want to mimic your society after, based off of its success. But what the world don't realize is through the way that they gain that success is just a recipe for disaster. It ultimately that way ultimately leads to destruction, man. And that's what these people don't realize, man. They're thinking, well, since I can, eat and do what I do every day, and that ain't gonna be no consequences,
Verse 2, it says, "Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers."
Right. This is metaphorically speaking, speaking about maximum exposure of this place, man. All right. Everything's being uncovered. You got it.
Verse 3, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man."
Right. Got that one image of Marilyn Monroe, how she's trying to hold down the skirts and all of that, But imagine that, the skirt being lifted, man. That's how it is for Babylon. Everything is being seen for what it is, man, and it's been brought up wickedly. All right. Like Scripture say, thus with violence that great city Babylon be thrown down, man. It was brought up on violence, and it's gonna go out with violence, man. This is good going on. Won't read on that probably like all the way to 15.
Isaiah 47:4, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name."
Read that last verse again, because I missed the major point.
Verse 3, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man."
All right, that's speaking about our Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Right? He said he's going to take vengeance. All right, contrary to popular belief, the Lord, he likes to execute vengeance, man, and judgment, righteously. Okay? He's not all loving like everybody thinks, man. All right, the Lord is coming back with bloodshed, man. What does the scripture say? It is the righteous thing for the Most High to recompense tribulation unto them that trouble you. So that's righteousness, man. Of course, balance is an abomination to the Lord. All right. So he said he ain't gonna beat you as a man, coming back as a almighty superpower, Thanos, if you will.
Also, the Lord despises everything that himself is about. He hates everything about it. So he would love to. It talks about being how do you say it? So this is the day of the Lord's vengeance. There you go. There's a lot of things the Lord has to set back in order in place with righteous indignation.
Yeah. Right.
Verse 4, it says, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms."
Right, the daughter of the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans in ancient Babylon were the witches and warlocks, the soothsayers and whatnot. The astrologers and all of that. All right, and they do the same thing today. They practice witchcraft on a major scale. All right, every major award show that they have, there's a lot of witchcraft symbology within it. There's a lot of symbolism all throughout the society. Man. All right, so it's predicated upon witchcraft. And the minds of the people, they don't even realize that they under heavy enchantment. They're always watching the television broadcast. Broadcasting spells abroad, So that's how this society is bred upon, man. And that's why it's sitting in darkness, pursuing Isaiah the 60th chapter. Gross darkness shall cover the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the light of the Lord shall be seen upon thee. What's that,
Read on verse 30, Isaiah 47:6. It says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Right. That's so y'all got it. Victory over us, man. All right. It wasn't because you was so big, bad, and tough that you took us down. It was the Lord that gave us into your hands. That's because of our rebellion. That's why Micah said, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. You know? So that's the reason why we in this society bearing the indignation because of our iniquities, man. But guess what? There's a remnant, you know? There's a remnant that's waking up that the Lord put his spirit upon, all right, to get the victory over this devil, man. All right, you do got a lot of wicked Israelites amongst our people, man, that you know put us in a bad light. All right, but that's all the purpose of the Lord. You know, we're supposed to look at it as the outskirts of society and whatnot. Okay, because for honor and humility. Okay.
It says, I'm going to read that again, Isaiah 47:6. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Right. And because they didn't show any mercy, they're not going to receive any mercy, man. That's the balance of it. You know, you got a lot of these modern day Edomites, some old white people, you know, that, you know, the peons, the average peons don't know anything about what's really going on. You know, it's the upper elites, the upper echelon, you know, that really got the scoop. But even the so-called Black Lives Matter Edomites, that ain't gonna work in their favor, man. You know, the Lord still demanded judgment, man, regardless of what good they try to do for him. Right. Just like that movie The Mist. Where the lady was in they thought she was bugged out because he had the Bible in the store.
Yeah,
It's like there is a God. The God is the Israelite. And we've been mocking him for far too long. And now he demands retribution and blood. Go watch that movie The Mist. You know, showing you that the elites, they know how they know what's coming, man. All right, they know who they are. All right, and they ultimately gonna try to fight the Lord, man. You know.
Isaiah 47:7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Right, because the latter end is terrible, man. All right, terrible judgment shall be thy latter end. Okay, because they didn't consider it, man. They thinking like, well, supposing that, well, hey, we'll always be a lady. They're gonna always be on top. Right. But ain't that what the ancient Romans thought? Ain't that what Babylon thought? Ain't that what the Medo-Persian Empire thought? You know, the Assyrian Empire? All these empires at one point, they sit there in a lofty position. They thought they was going to be around forever, man. See, it's no different from this society, man.
I'm reading the NLT. Isaiah 47:7 NLT. It says, you said, I will reign forever as queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions, nor think about their consequences.
Right. And that's what the average Edomite try to do, man. You know, they dread to know the truth, all right, about how they came into power, the wickedness of their forefathers, you know, to establish them in a lofty position in the society. They don't consider that. They don't give a damn about our plight, you know. They sit around, why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you happy? Do you know? If you walk through my shoes, you know what I'm saying? I get that all the time. I be working around Edomites, they come to you, get that little half smile. Smile, you should smile. Hey.
You just helped me remember something this morning when I was eating breakfast. I went to go get something to eat this morning at a diner. This fucking Edomite came around though, sitting right there next to me. He was just loud. And he was talking about, I think his sister died or some shit like earlier. He said that she lived her best life the day before she died. Something happened with her other sister having a baby or something like that. But it had me thinking like, bro, these Edomites die happily. They don't die in a horrible manner. Right? They die in their sleep. They die.
Peace.
You know, have you seen it? Have you heard of our world? Have you lived our life?
I'm gonna pass on now.
You know, like it's fucking hell living as an Israelite, man.
I got a quick piece out.
The latter end of that's gonna be not the case, man. All they'll be breaking loose. You gonna see Edomites jumping out of windows and shit because they can't deal with heavy losses, man.
What did it say in Psalm Isaiah 49:11, where it says that their inward thought is
Oh,
how shall continue? Okay, there you go.
Got
There
it.
you go.
I got it. It's Psalms 49:11. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Self-explanatory, man. He think he's going to continue on forever. He think he's going to be in power forever. And the fact of the matter that the Lord has held back touching him until that appointed time, he has became proud, thinking that, you know, hey, we can do whatever we want to do. Nothing's going to happen to us, right?
That's another aspect of Esau's judgment, because while he's trying to contain the world under his grip and power, while he's doing that, he's teaching a way of life that basically X's out the Lord, or X's out the existence of a higher power doing this, or creator. You know, he's trying, with the pseudoscience and transhumanism and all that, trying to transcend a new way of life and, changing everything. That's another reason why the Lord's going to destroy this man. All right?
Because really what he's doing is trying to mimic what the Lord is actually going to do on the right-hand side via his technology on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Eternal life, power, pretty much being a God. He's trying to become a God through his technology.
He's trying to teach that he can gain immortality through him and his technology. So yeah, man.
Hey, like I said, Shalom, Maki.
This is Ecclesiastes 8:11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of man is fully set in them to do evil.
Right. Because they didn't get, judgment with all the wickedness. But that's the plan of the Lord. Revelation 18 chapter. Her sins have reached unto heaven. The Lord wanted it to be that way. All right. Just like with a cop that's indicted, Jake. They watch you for months, probably even years. They're building a case.
They don't want to get you on a dime bag charge, man. They want to get you with 12 million pounds.
Right. So that shows you how the Lord got this man in the ultimate setup trick bag, man. Because he let him just do everything, man. And even, think about that one movie where
You got to preach that right?
It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him, but it shall not be well with the wicked.
Right.
As part of that latter is that he didn't consider. All right? You forgot that there's a consequence to it. All right? You got caught up in your own schemes and tricks and deception and trickery, but you got to remember that it was all a lie.
It says, it says, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High.
Right. Yeah. So you're not going to prolong his rulership, man. No matter, regardless of what he tried to do, how much technology he developed, all these different plans to go into outer space, and these billionaires, it ain't gonna work.
Isaiah 47:8. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall sit as a widow, Salaki, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
Right. Yeah.
But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Right. Right. In one day and 1 hour. You see with the Revelation 18, the destruction is going to be in 1 hour, man. Be a nuclear destruction. That's the only thing that's capable of doing that. And
This is that has to do with shooting for an hour straight. That's a lot, man. That's a overkill.
right.
Hey, how
Yeah.
Keep going.
So, man, here we go.
But I'm reading verse 9 again. It says, these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Right. They say they shall come upon thee in their perfection. It's a scripture that say a sword is sharpened and is fervent to make a sword slaughter. You know, it's talking about the nuclear, the nukes. You know, they're being, they are already perfected. You know, but they had the. At this point, 2023, you know, those nukes is that they're perfected. That's the reason why you don't have no more nuclear tests going on, because they too destructive. All right. So that's what Esau got coming, man. You know, you got it.
Reading on, verse 10, it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast... Isaiah 47:9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantment.
Right, that part. The sorceries and enchantments, man. You know, because this place has a long history of doing so. If you can get somebody get a 2 Thessalonians 2. Oh, you got it. Okay. I think started like verse. Yeah.
What do you say?
Oh no.
All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right, the falling away represents the nation of Israel falling away who we are, you know, spiritually, and falling away first, and then that man of sin was talking about Esau, something kind of like him, right? He's being revealed. Okay.
It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all. So like it says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Right. So Esau has a God complex. You know, he wants to be like the Most High. So he exalts himself above all that is called the Most High. You know, he even paints himself as the Most High himself. You know, which is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. The sin that's unforgivable.
How do they worship? How is he worshipped in this time? Nobody's just going around the corner just bowing down to picture of Joe Biden in the throne. You know, like it's through the system, technology. You know, the ideologies that were passed on, the opinions. Like I was saying earlier, you know, the Western way of thinking, you know, that's even pushed around the whole world. You got other people in other nations. You know, like years back, this Japanese woman, man, she got on national news saying she wanted to move to America so she could worship Jesus Christ. You know? You know, but that's where that worshiping comes through. It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in this time.
Right. That's the time we're living in now. And the Lord was withholding that revelation of Esau. You got it,
It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in this time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let, until he be
down.
taken out of the way.
Right.
You see his face?
Yeah.
Back
For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
right. Because back during that time, when Paul was writing this, all right, it was the mystery of iniquity was already at work. You know, via the Roman Empire. All right, the original beast. All right, and said that only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Speaking about the Heavenly Father. You know, he let him do what he do. You know, for a purpose. All right.
It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right. The spirit of the Lord's mouth is the prophets. That's how he's being destroyed. All right. Versus spirits through the mouthpiece of the Lord through the prophets. All right. We revealing him within the scriptures. All right. Because there's tons of scripture that speaks about the wickedness of the devil. All right. So that's the primary revelation. All right. On him being uncovered, but also he coupled it with what's going on in the world. You know, you can actually point out certain wicked things that are doing in the earth and tying it and coupling it with the scriptures. You know? Yeah.
It says, even
And where
him.
the scripture says, if a brother want to get Genesis 25 real quick, this is the pulling down of Esau's stronghold. Pull down the stronghold. That's the spirit. Go ahead. Pulling down the stronghold. Because that's by the spirit of his mouth. Because things have to get revealed first. You know, that's a telltale sign that Esau. There's another precept where it says, nothing that is covered.
Read that earlier.
Yeah, see, nothing that is covered shall be
Luke 12:2.
Yeah, read that again. So I'm gonna butcher that precept. And then get Genesis 25. Yep.
This is 2 Corinthians 10:4. It says, for the weapon of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High.
Yeah, and when people say, and then in Hebrews 4, where it says that it's the word of the Lord is quick and powerful. See, because when we bring out these scriptures, man, this is Esau's kryptonite. You know, the scripture of the Lord is Esau's kryptonite because it reveals who he really is, man. Okay? You know that the saying that they say in the world that the number one thing that the devil did was convince the world that he didn't exist. Yeah, that's what Esau did. He convinced the world that he wasn't the devil. But now the prophets of the Lord, equipped with the Holy Spirit, that the Lord has prophesied to raise up. Now we're condemning him, and you are the devil. You did do these. This is basically a courtroom setting. You know, this is a courtroom setting. The Most High is the judge. You see, and we are the lawyers. We have a sheet of wickedness that this devil has done.
A lot of documents.
You know, he got a rap sheet. Esau got the longest rap sheet. You talk about Jake doing certain crimes and shit. Esau got the longest fucking rap sheet in the world, man. A murderer, okay, a thief, covetous. You see? Go ahead.
This back in 2 Corinthians 10:4, it says, for the weapon of our warfare are not carnal,
Right?
but mighty through the Most High to pulling down a stronghold.
Yeah, so mighty through the Most High pulling down strongholds, man. All right? What's the number one stronghold, man? What the Lord looks like. What's the name of the Lord? What's the name of the power? What's the name of who the world calls God and Christ? All right? It's Yahweh and Yahushua, man. That's the beginning of it. Then the color of them, what they look like. Then the people. You see? That's being broken down. You know? And Esau can't take it. Who's the chosen? See? Esau convinced the world that everybody's the chosen. That's a lie. The chosen is these people on this sign. Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and those that scatter on the four corners of the earth. The lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That legacy line. You know?
It says, casting down imagination. Every high thing.
Yeah. An imagination, when you go into that imagination, you mean a thought. So Esau's tenet. You know? Esau's lies. Casting down the imaginations, man. which is what? Philosophies. Black, white, you know, that's a philosophy. A social construct, that's a philosophy if you're black. Because what comes with black? Philosophies of Kemet and Black Power and Black Lives Matter and goddamn Black History Month. That comes with a different spin. That comes with a whole different fucking vibration, man. You know, we're Israelites, man. And matter of fact, we're Yasharallah. All right? Because the words are just translated. We're Yasharallah, to be exact, which means princes of the power. You know, Esau convinced the world that we were niggas. You know, that we were black, we were Latinos. You know, we were two crackers names slapped together. You're port rich. That's a mockery. Ephraim, Puerto Ricans, your port is rich. It's a fucking mockery, man. Hades, Haitians. That goes back to a Greek god, man. The god of the underworld, man. That's a fucking mockery, man. You know? What's some more lies? Chariots, which are the holy angels. They got the world believing that those are aliens, big-headed green aliens, man.
Big ass eyes.
That big-headed green alien philosophy, those are demons that Esau worships, man. So they put it in the form of these are aliens that's in the ships, man.
Just last week.
That nigga crazy.
God did the neutral last week.
See that? Come on, man. Fuck out of here. So hold on. Read that, Luke.
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known."
That's it. Read that again.
It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed,
It should not be revealed, man.
neither hid that shall not be known."
See, so the Lord is gonna, in the last days, what the Lord is doing is He's uncovering the skirts. He's revealing. No, the blacks, Latino, Native Americans, y'all are the Israelites. Y'all are the chosen people of the world, man. The chosen people in the Bible. You see, the so-called white man, he's the Edomite according to the Bible. He has a great destruction, a great judgment. He's going into captivity. He's going into slavery. The other nations of the world, y'all ain't shit either. The Israelites is above you. Y'all gonna be in captivity as well. You know? The Lord, if the Most High came down in a physical form, he would have pigmentation. He would look like a so-called African American. You see? It's another lie. The Lord and Savior don't look like that. So these things must be broken down, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, casting down imagination and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Yeah, so Esau exalted himself against the knowledge of the Most High. He said that I will go into the stars of heaven. You know, he said, I'm going to sit as God. I'm going to be God over your people. That's basically what this devil is saying. I'm going to be the power over your people, man. I'm going to get them that charagma, too. I'm going to put that chip in them. So they're going to be my servants, man. You know, on some Shang Tsung type shit. Your soul is mine. See? And that's why he's going to be destroyed. Revelation 18. That's part of one of the reasons why this place is going to be destroyed. Because it said it's slaves and souls of men. You know? Go ahead.
It says every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach.
You see that? So what we're doing is we're breaking down all of the lies, and we're putting the world's, beginning with the whole elect's minds geared to straight Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. You see? We're changing people's consciousness around. Your conscience was on this particular darkness, gross darkness, right? And what the Lord has done is took the darkness from you and boxed it around the truth, bringing in all the captivity, all the knowledge in of Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. You know? Got something?
I was back on 2 Thessalonians.
Yeah, read that 2 Thessalonians. And somebody hold on deck Genesis 25.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and I start at verse 8 again. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed.
Start up a little bit. Actually start from verse 1.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1, it says, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that you be not soon shaken in mind,
Right?
or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter is from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand.
Yeah, so the day of the Lord is at hand, so don't be troubled. You know, you got to know what's gonna take place. You got to know these prophecies. Go ahead.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
Right now, this is what Paul is saying. Let no man deceive you. There's a lot of deceivers out here. We just went down some things that people believe in. That's not true. Be not deceived. Okay, go ahead.
That day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Yep, and that falling away is a prophecy where we fell from our inheritance. We fell from our Jeremiah. I'm thinking of
4:22.
What is it?
Discontinued from our heritage, Jeremiah 17.
Discontinued us from our heritage. We got discontinued from our heritage. So that was our falling away. You know, we got discontinued on multiple occasions too. You know, but the great discontinuation happened during the Atlantic slave trade, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, 17. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, right? For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Right?
And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And that manner of sin, the man of sin will be revealed, that son of perdition. Which is who? Esau, Edom. The perdition means what? Destruction, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? He's the son of destruction, man. Or the border of wickedness. Okay? So that man of sin is gonna get revealed. Go ahead.
Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High.
So you gotta actually put in your mind, what is this talking about? Who opposed and exalted himself all that is called the Most High? You see? You go into these TED Talks, you go into these different think tanks and the so-called white man and his minions. You know, they got these different groups, Bilderberg group, these different groups that they have these talking points on how they can change civilization. How they actually saying that the God doesn't exist or we're better than the Most High. We're using science to replace God. That's the so-called white man. Nobody else is doing that. Okay? Beginning with the so-called white man. You got a lot of East Indians and fucking Moab, and you know, all them different nations, but Esau is at the front of it. You know, because it'd be a lot of different nations coming together with these different talks. You know.
So it says again, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God,
Right.
that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High.
And that's what he's doing now. He's sitting in the temple of the Most High. You know, by the way of the Holy Land. Go ahead.
Shewing himself that he is the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
It says, remember you not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
So that's the key point. He might be revealed in his time. You see, because this devil has transformed. He transformed himself into the angel of light, man. You know, the world believed that the white man was the good guy. He convinced the whole world that he was the good guy. He's so innocent. They talk calm. They talk nice. They smile at you. But really, the goddamn devil.
It says in verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Yeah, so the Lord has set up the base man to take over, to take the world over. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You see? That mystery of iniquity doth already work, because when you go into the Greek Empire, it tells you in Maccabees that great evil was multiplied on the earth when this devil had came forth, man. Okay? When Esau began to establish himself on the earth, beginning with Alexander the Great, okay? Beginning with Alexander the Great, and then it transferred into his four noble generals, Lysimachus, Antigonus, Cassander, and Ptolemy, man. And when they got on the scene, they did nothing but hell, man.
Seleucus.
Because Cassander, I believe he died quick.
Antigonus
Or he
died,
was-
yeah.
Antigonus, yeah.
Antigonus
So it
died,
was-
and then
It was
Cassander
like,
came
it was
over,
5, but it was technically...
Yeah, it was 4,
one
yeah,
of them
yeah.
got pushed out the way.
Yep. Took his ass out.
You know? So with them 3 devils, evil's multiplied on earth, man. That was the mystery of iniquity. Go ahead. And it said, now he who let up will let until he be taken out of the way, man. That's very important, man. So what the Lord is going to do to Esau is what he did to Pharaoh in Egypt, man. He's going to raise that devil up so he can make a great fall for him. That's what's happening. The same thing. All right, the exact same thing that Pharaoh would not let the children of Israel go. Esau will not let the children of Israel go. His mind is being hardened. We're going to forge our captivity, Emancipation Proclamation. We're going to make you a corporate slave. You know what, better yet, we're gonna put a device in you, a microchip in you, so you can be our slave forever. That's the branding, man. Ain't nobody coming up with that but the so-called white man, the devil. Go ahead.
This is Psalm 50, Psalm chapter 50, 19. It says, "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue framest deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. But I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes."
That's it right here. This is the reproving. See, all the wickedness that the devil has did into the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Israelites, okay, which is Yasharallah. Now the scripture tells us what? Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. The anointed is the children of Israel. You see? And he said, don't do my prophets any harm. The devil playing the role of the prophets, man. And you know what happens when throughout diplomacy, if I'm saying it properly,
Diplomacy.
diplomacy. If you touch an ambassador, right? If you touch an ambassador when they go into another land to do delegations or send a message from their king or their president, that's an act of war, man. So this devil has been doing slick shit to try to target the prophets, man. So this is an act of war, man. That's why that standard is going to be lifted when you come when you're going to try to come down on the prophets, man. So that standard is going to be lifted because now it's an act of war. You see? As soon as you try to come and do something to the prophets, the Lord's going to lift up a standard. Somebody get that in Revelation where it says fire came down when they tried to compass the saints.
It says, "Now this ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver."
That's it. You know? So the Lord is setting up the prophets before your eyes. And that's why y'all in great fear, man. Because you're being condemned. It says that in Revelation 11, man, 11 and 12. It said great fear fell upon them, which saw them. And they beheld them, because when we get lifted up in the chariots, those missiles gonna drop. It's gonna be simultaneously.
Revelation 20 and 9. It says that they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about.
Yeah, they compass the camp of the saints about. You keep it on.
It says, and the beloved city and fire came down from the most high of heaven and devoured them.
See, that's what's gonna happen, man. So we're gonna be protected. But as soon as you try to touch the apple of the Lord's eye, man, as soon as you try to touch the prophets, you know, you're gonna get away with some of it, but that's still we're in an act of war, man. So Yahweh Shai gonna come, Gabriel gonna come, Michael the Archangel gonna come, Raphael gonna come. The angel of healing, you know, he the angel of healing, right, Raphael?
Prayer.
The angel of prayer.
He delivered. Yeah.
He gonna come. All the angels are gonna come, man. You know?
See, that's what I'm saying. It gets twisted with the angels. See, the angels. See,
The angels ain't no little punk ass
Right, that's what I'm
motherfuckers,
saying.
man. Little faggots with little
Right.
dicks and shit.
Exactly, with curly hair and shit, with a heart shooting arrows and shit, man.
Cupid ass. No,
No,
that shit
man.
is a fairy. That's another lie.
Yes,
What the angels is about, man.
Right.
You know? The angels is about that action, man.
War.
You want to talk about spinning blocks and you want to talk about a drill, nigga. All right. The angels gonna really drill this motherfucker, man.
Spin countries.
You want to go on a drill? Yeah, the angels. Yeah, I want to go on a drill.
Hey,
You ain't taking taking out 10 people either. They gonna take out millions, man.
Angels got ops too, you niggas.
You know?
The whole world, the wickedness of this world, man. You know? And Esau. I got a scripture.
I don't know what's gonna come, man. Go ahead, whatever y'all got.
Hey, verse 10, it says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. What beast and the false prophet are,
Yep.
and shall be tormented day and night and forever and ever.
Throwing nuclear missiles, baby. That's the destruction that we're prophesying about. That's one of the rumors of the Bible, man. Those rumors turn to reality, man. All right, rumors will turn into reality, man. You see? Go ahead.
All right, this Obadiah 1 and 3 say that the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the woe's habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down? That's the pride of Esau, man. Who gonna bring me down? Who gonna throw me off the kingdoms?
On some Achilles type shit. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else?
That's what that second Thessalonians 2:7. The Lord let you rule for quite a time.
You let your bitch ass rule, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? I did this to you. That's exactly what he's saying to you. The scripture says that
Favor be shoot to the wicked.
Yeah.
Will he not learn righteousness?
Just balance. You're balanced power,
Yeah.
nigga.
That way you can't say the Most High is unfair.
You lucky you in time to rule. Shit. Go ahead, Al.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, and verse 17, and it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men,
That's it.
and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
Right, the Lord, like Shalak, the Lord gave the kingdom to who he had. Like for instance, all the empires, you know what I'm saying, that risen and fell, the Lord gave all these heathens the rulership, basically giving you the floor.
Yeah. You got the floor for a
You got
little
the
bit.
floor.
You got the mic for a little bit.
You know, the battle rap, they're like, let them eat, man. The Lord let you eat, man, for quite a while, you know what I'm talking about? So, you can take it from
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can take the plate away now. That's enough, nigga. You fool. That's what it said in Job. As soon as they feel quietness in their belly, they get full. That's it. Give me that plate, nigga.
Hey, what DMX said, fuck around and I'ma bite you, snatch the plate. Exactly what he did, he gonna snatch your motherfucking plate.
Y'all got anything?
I got a
You
precept.
still want that Genesis 25, right?
Yeah, hold that on there. We'll get back to it. Go ahead.
So he says, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Esau is that base man, you know. Going to Job, the 30th chapter, it tells you, I believe that they're called, they're viler than the earth. The children of fools, children of base men. You know?
When you go into that word base, it's like the base is the lowest, like the lowest point, like a house. Esau is the lowest form of human being. The Lord gave him. I gotta put this at the land back.
Yeah, the nigga was in caves, for God's sake, for crying out loud. The nigga started off in caves, man. You know, not even having a fucking language. You know, grunting and shit. You know. Yeah, all this nigga was eating fruits and herbs and shit, just being preserved, man. That's the power of the Lord. Nigga could have been dead in the fucking mountains, man. The Lord preserved him, literally preserved him.
When I bring out this definition of base,
You got it.
this is the Google definition of base. It says of a person or person's actions or feelings without moral principle.
He has no morals. And you see what Esau did. See, that's how he's a devil. He tried to come with the Bible, and you remember back in the early 2000s, you was praying in school. You was saying thanks to God. What was that?
Pledge
shit?
allegiance.
A pledge allegiance and stuff like that. You was trying to be upstanding citizens and stuff like that. See, Esau, he crafty. See, the elites, they knew that they So we gotta set up order with them. We gotta give them laws and restrictions. You can't walk around naked. You know, you can't expose yourself. You can't do that. You can't fuck animals and this and that. But they slowly, that Edomite vibration start to kick in. You know what? Y'all can marry dogs. You can marry a tree. You know what? Let's have nude beaches. You know, he started to take all those good, godly morals away because he was the devil. He tried to act like he was the Most High. You know, God-fearing. This is a God-fearing nation. Bullshit.
Or the scripture say you cast
And God
away
we
powers.
trust. Yeah, what God? What power you trust in?
It's that rust going.
You know?
You seeing who he really is.
The scripture say
Why we're Christians. See, Esau came over here in the name of Christianity, man. You know, but it says Psalms, mouth is smoother than honey. I ain't read that in a minute. But war was in his heart, man. That's the white man, the so-called white man. You Edomites, to be 100% specific, the Edomite nation. You know? Go ahead.
Well, this is something that you also the bar read about the Planet of the Apes. Beware of the beast man.
Yeah.
If you know it's Esau. But it said, beware the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn. Also among God's primates, he kills for sport or lust or greed. Yea, and there's a scripture in Jeremiah 22:17 where it says that for thine heart is not but for thy covetousness, to shed innocent blood, kill and murder, and to lie. It says, yea, he will murder his brother to possess his brother's land. Let him not breed in great numbers, for he will make a desert of his home in yours. Shun him, drive him back into his jungle lair, for he is the harbinger of death.
Yeah, the harbinger of death. You know?
Everywhere Esau went, man, he laid everything desolate, man. Everything, he took all the resources. What I was saying earlier,
Covet.
yeah, you know, he wanted the gold, or he wanted, the spice, he wanted some type of reserve over there, or oil, you know, he would just go over there, demonize first for his reason to get over there, and then take what he needed.
I got one real quick. Second Corinthians 11:14, it says, and no marvel, for Satan himself transformed into an angel of light.
Perfect.
You know, when you go into the word Satan, means adversary. You know, the physical counterpart of the spiritual being the Satan. It's Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white man, you know, they top banking family. You know.
Yeah, Esau is Satan is the energizer, is the
battery
is
in
the
his back.
battery, and Esau is the energizing bunny.
Yeah. That's why I brought it, because it's just quoted, the devil's pawn, you know.
So it says right there too that the enemy basically will come as your friend, pretend to be, or make him. So the enemy will present himself as your friend. That's what it's saying, man. And that's what Esau did, right? He made himself look like the friend of the earth. I always say this, man. Like when you look at their politics, their little politician meetings and all that, this devil is always smiling. They never make a wrong decision. And I say you should question someone like that, man. Nobody fucking smile all the damn time. You know, so you gotta question a man like that.
Yeah. Well, the scripture saying, Sirach says a man's gain excessive laughter, so what he is.
Right.
Hey, so you kind of like Chuck, you know, check I'm your friend to the end. Come on, nice and polite, but then in the middle of the night, you ready to kill you and shit.
I gotta. This is Proverbs, and their is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
Yep. Everything the devil was violent. It turned everything into a desert. There you go. That's what I wanted to say. You know? So the man that presents himself as your friend really wants to take everything from you. That's like, you know, you have a group of people, man, they all trying to play around, and this one asshole kid comes around, takes everything, he's like, I got it all, and everybody leaves. Now you're left without no friends, no nothing. And Esau's like that. He doesn't care if he has nobody at the end.
It says he's a proud man not keeping them home.
Yeah. Then he's gonna ask at the end, why aren't you my friend anymore? What did I do?
Play the victim.
Man.
What's that, Shabbat? 12:10.
Yeah.
So you got these regular peon motherfuckers trusting for something.
Scriptures say that his bones are full of the sin of his youth, man. This special hatred that this man has always been there, will always be. Yep. Y'all got anything? I'll go back. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Yep, so the spirit of his mouth, what we just been breaking down. That's it right there, the spirit of his mouth. And it says that he will baptize us with the Holy Spirit and with fire. And that fire, one fold of the fire is what will set up our mouths. Because Jeremiah speaks about us burning these people up with wood. And that's what we're doing at Esau. You know, we're doing it so much through the Holy Spirit is that now this nigga gotta speak about the Israelites. He gotta speak about the UFOs. He gotta start bringing certain things out so he can cover his ass, man. He gotta put it in. South Park. He said, don't you know that, that the Jews, that you were the Jews or something like that? He said, stop talking to me. He's so stupid as hell. But he gotta put this shit out, man.
The movies.
Yeah, the movies, you
Triple
know?
Nine and
Because the Lord, hey, it said that the children of Israel is gonna know. It says then, somebody get that real quick. Hosea 1:10. What we said that we were not the Lord's people, then when we said that we are the children of the Most High. That's hitting hard. Go ahead.
I'm going to read this before he gets that.
Yep.
Jeremiah 23:29 to back up the word of the Lord. It says, is not my word like a fire, saith the Lord,
That's it.
and like a hammer that breaketh the rocks in pieces. There you go.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
I got it now.
Go ahead, Hosea.
This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered nor measured. And it shall come to pass that
Yeah, you had them clowns, folky, clown ass niggas, man. Dopey, Nope, your doctrine is off. You know? Dopey said that talking shit about the Northern Kingdom, brothers, don't say some, yeah, I only seen a handful of Mexicans waking up in the truth, and I've been in the truth since 2010 or whatever the hell he said. You dumbass. Northern Kingdom can look like me, jackass. Northern Kingdom can be as dark as goddamn Wesley Snipes. You know, you don't know who is who. If Jake can look like Esau, if Esau can look like Jake, you don't even know who the hell the tribes are, man.
tribes look like each other.
You know, this brother's a part of the Northern Kingdom. You idiots, just because they're not so-called Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, that does not define the Northern Kingdom. You got Gadites, man. You got Reubenites. This brother is Reuben. He look like a Negro. You know? This brother look like a black. He look like a. Look. This brother's Reuben. All right? he ain't Jew. Fucked up.
Sin. But he said we saw power.
Yeah, well, no, it says, there it was said that we are not the sons of the living power. Go read it again.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people,
Right.
there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Yeah, because Esau has lied and gave us these bywords. That was the part of the curse. What does it say? Bywords and bywords in the proverb, which is basically it's like a stigma. You have like a stigma on it, you know. And that stigma was Negro, West Indian, Jamaican, Asian, Dominican, Panamanian, Guatemalan, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Native American, Seminole Indians, Argentinians, Chileans, Colombians, you know, and Mexicans. That's that stigma that was placed upon us, man.
Seminole Indian being a savage slave.
Yeah,
or runaway
savage,
slave.
backwards savage.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Hey, I got a definition of stigma.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says a mark of disgrace.
See, there was a stigma. That was a mark of disgrace. There's a stigma on this. A mark of disgrace, man. You know? Because when see, and to prove it, outside of Babylon, it's a stigma that niggas is lazy and they're evil and they don't need to be around. But when you meet somebody from across seas or something like that, like, oh shit, we was totally wrong about you niggas. You know, you're peaceful. You know.
Big stereotype.
Yeah, that's another word, stereotype.
Well, you know, all over the world, they're starting to assume the same, like your brother just like what you said, like lazy and proud and rowdy and loud. And they starting to think about that like that towards the
Bitch, we
so-called
got a
white
right
man.
to be lazy. We built this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, well you
Yeah, they start thinking like that towards the so-called white man, and they love us.
Yeah, you had
It's
to
being reversed.
You had to eat him to like Arabia or something and visit. I always talk about it, man. And he was coming down the escalator, man. These Muslims or whatever, Arabians would sit down there, like, you're American. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm from America, man. He goes, oh, you terrorists. Yeah. He's like, no. He goes, I'm a world class. He's like, I'm a world citizen. He immediately changed what he.
It says, then shall the children
So
of
what that tell you? The curses is coming upon them.
Time. Yep. Deuteronomy 37.
Deuteronomy 37, the curses is coming upon Esau, man. The scriptures live, baby. The scriptures is alive.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
It says, then shall the children of Judah and
I just heard like bitches in the car talking about child support. So you know, I look like what? And she talking about how child support was off and well the daddy is in they took his license away and shit. And I be talking to Edomites because I'm in that type of business where I'm around these old ass Edomites and shit. And my life got taken away, child support. They pissed off, man. So y'all living like niggas.
it says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together,
Right?
and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
That's it. Great shall be the day of the first, man.
That's right.
You know? When we get delivered, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be no longer said that the Lord delivered.
You got it.
Yeah, about what I was saying about the stigma thing. Basically, shame, disgrace, and dishonor. So us as a nation, man, we always been dishonored, man.
Yep.
Because Esau put that stigma on us.
Yep. They used the crack in the 80s. They used the black exploitation. And now we just bugged out, pimping and shit. Pimping and whores and drugs and gangs and all type of manner of darkness. Because ultimately it's darkness. You know, it's gross darkness, actually. You know, gross darkness to people.
I hate to say his name, but Charleston White was breaking it down.
Hey,
To the
that
T.
video that I
Yeah,
posted,
yeah,
he
yeah.
broke that shit
Going
down.
in.
I'm like, damn, the reason why he broke that shit down, man. He broke it down. And he was there. He lived it from the 70s all the way until now. He broke each different
Decade, yeah.
decade.
Yeah.
The water. I was going to say century. That's 100 years. The decade is 10 years. He broke the decade down on what he's seen. You know. And found out that everything was a lie, but it was orchestrated by the devil, by the white man. All that was orchestrated by Esau. You know, and if you want to get deep, you got to say that. You know, if you really want to go deep into it, say the so-called white man did this shit. You know? You got it, Ak. Whatever y'all got, go ahead.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 15, and it reads, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem.
Read up a little bit. What verse is that?
Verse 15.
Go to verse 12 and read on the two.
Limitations.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 12. It says, they say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? When they swooned as the wounded in the streets of the city, when their soul was poured out into their mother's bosom. What thing shall I take to witness for thee? What thing shall I liken to thee, O daughter of Jerusalem? What shall I equal to thee, that I may comfort thee, O virgin daughter of Zion? For thy breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee?
Yeah, see, we was wounded. Our breach is great like the sea. Who can heal thee? Because we was taken over, man. You know, captivity. You know, and on top of that, we sinned and we went off. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 14, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee. and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity.
See, we didn't discover our iniquity to turn away our captivity. Meaning we didn't repent. You know, we didn't repent to the Lord. You know, we didn't acknowledge our offenses. You know, so once we, like the scriptures say, if all Israel turned and faced the east, we'd be out of captivity, man. You see? So Jake didn't acknowledge their offenses, right? So we stayed in captivity. Go ahead.
But have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by.
Banishment means to what? To be kicked out. You see? He's kicked out the home, motherland, the homeland. You know? Exile.
Verse 15, Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem.
You gotta put that in your mind, man. Like literally, they clap their hands, they rejoice. Oh shit. They praise their gods. You see? In Judith the 5th chapter speaks about if we serve our power, we would he would defend us. But if we don't, hey, we can take all options to fuck these niggas up. You know? That's how you know the nations know that we the people. The nations know we the people of the Lord, man. So now they can get over on us. Now they can use us. They can misuse us, mistreat us, put us in slavery. You know? They wag, they hiss, they smack their lips, they fan us off, you know? And literally they clap, they rejoice. That's in Revelation 11. Where it said to send gifts to one another.
Yep.
They didn't suffer our dead bodies to be left in graves. Go ahead.
Okay, it says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
Yep.
All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it.
Go ahead. No,
pretty much, these other nations, I believe it's the book of Zechariah, where it talks about how the other nations, they forwarded our affliction. You know, they have benefited from our destruction. They benefited from our subjugation. You know? Psalm the 83rd chapter tells you that these other nations are our enemies, man.
That uprising against it, that tumor.
And the number one nation, the very first nation that's named, are the people that's in power right now, man. The Edomites, man. You know? And they were glad when we were swallowed up. I believe it says in the book of Psalm, the 83rd chapter, it says, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. You know, this is what they devised from the beginning. You know, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered. They don't want to know who we are, man.
That's why Esau said, the days of my father, the days of mourning my father is at hand, and I will slay my brother Jacob.
I got
you know? So that evil, that spirit upon Esau, it crept in through his, not crept in, but it was placed upon his descendants. And his descendants is coming with that vibration. And let's not forget, Esau is here today, reincarnated. So that's still that same, well, he may be on the earth. We don't know who he may be, but he may be on the earth today.
Actual Esau.
And he's calling shots to come up against Jake.
Yeah.
He calling shots. Esau, whoever Esau is, Esau is right now calling shots.
Whoever that
If he's on the earth today, he won't Jacob destroy, man.
This is Jeremiah 15:5.
You could be one of the Rothschilds. You could be one of the top elite. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 15:5. It says, for who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest?
Yeah.
So, hey man, ain't nobody checking for Jake, man.
Yeah, ain't nobody checking for you.
Jeremiah 30 and 13 or 15. It says, why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee. That's why we went into captivity. That's why we're going through the hell we're going through. All right, because we went off. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. It says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast.
What time is it?
5:33. Because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. You know, for a while, man, we were totally lost. Right? Because we went off, so the Lord basically hid himself from us, his favor, his understanding from us.
Right.
Like you were talking about Judith, the nations knew that once we lost our power defending us, we would basically become stupid and docile, no understanding. So we would believe anything and anything that anybody told us. All right.
Sheep.
Yep. And that's why these nations, man, that's why they wait for us to get to this lower state. They wait for us to go off because then they know they can use us, they can deceive us, you know, because we'll become simple without understanding. So it said that they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Nobody wanted to save Israel from their estate. All right. It says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places, and the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. So, but that's just, you know, the end, when the Lord does deliver us. All right. Beautiful times again. Mercy. All right.
I want to read this in KJV and in NLT. But this is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. Those are all white men. It says, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup of also shall pass through unto thee. And what is that cup? Scripture say that in the Lord's hand there's a cup. It's full of indignation and wrath, roughly paraphrasing. They say all the wicked of the earth shall bring it out and drink the dregs thereof. You know? So it says,
So that cup is what?
the curses.
Slavery.
Slavery,
Slavery. That's the cup. That cup is servitude. That's what trading places. You know, that's in Lazarus, the story of Lazarus. You know, that's that being tormented in that flame. You got it.
I think two, remember, said that shall they not be a booty to us? Our servants.
Captains, they were.
It says, go, read it again. Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. You read it in the NLT. It says, Lamentations 4:21. It says, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink of the cup of the Lord's anger. You too shall be stripped naked in your drunkenness.
You too, because we went through it. So guess what? You're gonna go through it.
Yep.
You see, it say you too. Go ahead.
Verse 22, back in KJV, it says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Yep.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Yeah, we ain't going into slavery no more. Just sins, the sins that you committed against the Israelites. Okay? Rape, rob, murder, theft, covetousness, you know, adultery, you know, fraud, usury, you know. Go ahead.
It says, he will discover thy sins.
Mm-hmm.
When you read in the NLT, it says, oh beautiful Jerusalem, your punishment will end. You will soon return from exile.
Exile. Yeah.
That banishment, we gonna return from banishment, man. That's that prodigal son. That's the prodigal son. Go ahead.
It says, but Edom Your punishment is just beginning.
In the beginning.
There was a whip and a chain.
Shit. Hey.
It says,
Hey, and this is the beginning stages of it. The beginning stages of it is telling you finna go into slavery. You know? The beginning stages of it is your world coming down, man. The white man is done, man. This place is we used to say it a lot back in the day, beginning with the apostles, CTD,
Circling the drain.
Yeah.
This place is circling the drain, man. You know, when you flush the toilet and it spirals down, it take a little minute to go down, but that motherfucker still go down, man. You circling the drain. Slowly but surely, man, through your economy, through your economic system, which is your monetary system first, you know, the morals, the infrastructure of this place, you know, decadence, all manner of illicit lust.
Sumptuous living.
Yeah.
Access.
Esau thrives off of
Yeah.
putting fear on other nations.
Yep.
and Israelites.
Yep.
And that fear is being lifted up because
Yep.
these other nations like, well, we're not having it.
Yep.
North Korea just tested another missile.
So this place is going down, man. America's going down. All you history majors going into the different history and you Greek studying motherfuckers, you Rome studying motherfuckers, y'all study all this history and shit. Well, guess what? You in history. What you thought this motherfucker was gonna go down? It's a part of history. It's the way of life, baby. Shit.
Everything has a beginning and end.
That's
and
it.
manifests.
Ain't nothing fucking nothing is
Nothing lasts forever.
no, not that, but that's correct. Nothing is damn, what does it say? Nothing lasts forever. That's what I was gonna say. Except the kingdom of heaven. I said it in my head, but you said it out loud. That's weird. Nothing lasts forever, man. You know?
I got something.
Go ahead, Al.
This is Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord will have
I was
mercy."
thinking about that the whole time. Go ahead.
All right, this is Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own."
Hey, the scriptures hit so hard now. So like they hit. The Lord is having mercy on us. He's waking us up. Brothers is waking up to this truth. We're finding out who we are. All right, Esau going down. So the Lord said He's going to have mercy on us. This is the part of that. This is that mercy. Not giving us our knowledge back. Giving us your knowledge. Excuse me. This is the Lord's knowledge. Giving us the knowledge back. That's the beginning of it. That's the beginning of our mercy through Yahweh Shah.
What it said, you can read it again. Read it real quick.
This is back in Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will set and will yet choose Israel."
It says that will yet. If you look at that word yet, it means still. So he's still, after all this mess, all this mess of
Still
farce,
choose.
he's still going to choose us. You made us look, decrepit and degenerate and destroyed.
And we were.
Yeah.
And we is.
But even after all that, the Lord is still, because you got the nations, you got the world looking at us like, you can't be chosen, man. Those, they black.
Is this the perfection of you?
Roger.
Yeah, but after all this, you're gonna see us go back to our natural state, which is, or our what do you call it? Our original state, which was immortal. All right, we're gonna go back to that glorious image. All right, go ahead.
All right, just back in Isaiah 14:1, it says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall join with them,
You got enough.
and they shall cleave to the house of Israel."
Yeah, then all of us, man, we went off. Okay, that's what it's talking about. The stranger.
So we go for that too. Thank
All
you.
right. Gentile state of mind, Israelites coming back to their understanding.
Natural state.
Yep, natural state. Coming back to knowing that they're Israelite, but by how? Like the brother said, the mercy, that knowledge being brought back to us, the spirit of life. All right, go ahead.
It says, "And the people shall take them and bring them into their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for service and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, most captive they were."
Yeah, see, you try to discontinue us from our heritage to the point where you thought you'd never get it back. All right, you thought you'd keep us in a destroyed mentality forever. All right, but it says right here, man, we're going to be restored back. And then you, for working all that mess on us, you're going to have to go into captivity. You're going to be our servant. And that's really a beautiful judgment. Right? You had to serve the guy that you mocked and laughed at the whole time.
It's a righteous judgment.
Yeah.
It's a mercy. It's balance.
It says, and they shall rule over their oppressors. What was that word that you brought up?
Heard of stigma? Stigma. It meant like a dishonorable or a disgrace.
A disgrace and dishonorable.
Like you disgraced us, man. You made us look disgraceful to our power, and then to the people on the planet. All right, but we were actually the protection of you. But you brought us all the way down there, man. So, like the brother said, perfect righteous judgment. The one that you mocked when he had jokes about, why your nostrils so big. You're gonna have to pay for that shit.
Yep.
Caricatures.
Yeah.
The nappy heads,
The minstrel shows that y'all fucking Edomites make.
Sambo.
Sambo,
Blackface.
yep, blackface.
Yep.
You know,
So like, think about that shaming. They the ones that, what it say, have Luke 2:15, ordered him to put the bottle to his neck, and he made little fun of nakedness. They brought about that shame.
Warren Tell give him
Give him
drink.
a drink.
His name is drink.
That's how it goes.
Yep.
You know, and that's what they did to the nation of Israel, man. You know, so now we wouldn't have been in that state unless they caused it to be. They created the nigga. You know.
Yeah.
Greatest invention he ever made.
Well, it's like the what was it, Dr. Seuss, man. Like as a child, I actually read Cat in the Hat. I hated the book, but that was based off a minstrel show. You as a child were reading that, potentially you could laugh at it or whatever, this and that, but you laughing at, fake,
So when the roles are reversed, Esau in the kingdom, he really got he gonna really have a reason to be
embarrassed
and mocked because
Yeah.
his nature is wicked,
Well, that's what it says right here in this chapter. He's going to be narrowly looked upon. A shameful spewing is going to be on his glory.
That's why he wanted the Lord to cool his tongue. Torch in the flame.
Yeah. That's going to be one of the conditions of hell he has to live in, man. Being a mockery for the rest of his 1,000-year period he'll be here.
And then his ass getting burnt the fuck up. No more whitey. God damn, that's gonna be something beautiful. You ain't gonna see no pink ass motherfuckers, man. Everybody gonna be melanated. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna see no blonde, prissy ass, goofy ass Edomite bitches. You ain't gonna see these goofy ass niggas like these motherfuckers right next to us. You ain't gonna see these little weirdos no fucking more, man. You ain't gonna see weirdos like that. Everybody gonna be melanated. With beards on their face. We ain't gonna have to worry about pedophilia.
Kids can play outside, safe.
Yeah. We ain't gonna have to worry about nobody kidnapping.
The dog.
We ain't gonna have to worry about our animals being molested. Like you dirty ass crackers do, man. This yappy ass bullshit. Go ahead,
But this is just back up, brother. This is Malachi 3:6, and it reads, "For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed."
That's it. Hey, the Lord preserved us, man. See? He preserved us. Y'all gotta understand that crack in the 80s,
That was devastating.
like when you look at fuck the movies, when you really study about it, when you really look at the documentaries on that destroyed the nation of Israel, man. That affected us all the way till today. The gang culture, all of that. It said, "Ye sons of Jacob are not consumed." All of us was a product or a generation before all of that shit. All right? Brothers that was born in the 70s, they had to go through that. men that was born in the 80s, they was born in that crack shit. The men that was born in the 80s and in the 70s, they had children in the 90s it was slowly waving them off, but the mentality in Jake set upon the children in the 90s. And then this generation is all fucked up.
Molly Perkins said.
So that's a beautiful scripture right there, that ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, man. Because we could have been consumed. And that's why Genesis the 25th chapter says, one people shall be stronger than the other. You devils could never go through what the fuck we went through. You could never go through slavery or how we went through slavery.
Hell, they couldn't
Being
even,
strung up and lynched and raped, man.
can't even handle being broke.
You can't even handle being broke.
Not jumping out
They
of the fucking
was jumping out of buildings and windows
You
in
know what?
2008. Killing themselves.
$90 for gas.
Ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, man. We lived it all. We lived through all that shit. So why do you how about Shimmy Shai?
So you got to put roaches in the projects.
Lead paint, special.
Lead and all that
That
shit.
nigga did too fucking much.
Did a lot of shit.
Forwarded the affliction.
We still raised above that.
The Lord still woke up the prophet. It goes back to yet. Goes back to Isaiah 14. And will yet choose Israel. Will still choose Israel, man. Go ahead, you got it.
It's a Psalm chapter 124 and verse 1. It says a song of degrees of David. It says, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick, when their wrath was kindled against us. It says, then the waters had overwhelmed us, the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul. Blessed be the Lord, who have not given us as a prey to their teeth. It says, our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. The Lord preserved us through all that, right? By giving us a stronger spirit to endure. Right? But it said we were made stronger, right? Doesn't mean we're supposed to be. Doesn't mean we're supposed to. It was right that you did what you did, because it wasn't. Esau, that movie Django with Leonardo DiCaprio, used breaking open Jake's skull and saying that the part of the brain that has the most creativity for Esau, that spot had the most submission for us. Using it to make it seem like we're here to be under the rule of this devil.
Yeah.
Give a false purpose.
That submission was used. That part of the brain is to be in subjection to Yahweh Bashmi Shai. But you want to use it for yourself.
For a while, I didn't understand
So
Isaiah.
you know what that shows
Yes.
though? It shows that the spirit trumps, physical, because Esau apparently tried to do all these different things to keep us suppressed.
Yeah, that's-
spiritually the Lord woke us up, beginning with opposition,
Right.
Ezekiel 37 chapter prophesied that these bones may live, So,
Hey, Osha.
Hey, check this out. At the end of the day scriptures, watch this. Deuteronomy 7:6. Thou art a holy people unto the Lord. Thy power, the Most High, thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people.
And that did not change.
Unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Now, if you want to go in the word special, all right? The word special go back to the Hebrew second law, right? Possession, property, value, property, peculiar treasure.
Peculiar, being exclusive, only one of a kind. That's what we were made to be. All right?
Awkward. Peculiar. Awkward. Strange. We different than these people. Haman the Agagite called us a malicious type of people. He called us malicious because they have certain gods, and laws that Jake ain't fucking with. These niggas is malicious. We peculiar. We different. We strange. Jake is a bunch of strange ass people.
Alexander the Great was infatuated with us. Something different about him.
Yeah. The nations know we different. You know? What happened with in slavery, man? Oh, we come on, man. Leaving out of Africa, we still had this vibrant type of energy amongst us. We was healing these devils.
Yep.
They had said they was using Jake to suck out the poison, and Jake didn't get poisoned. You know, suck out the poison from Esau's foot and shit like that, all type of demonic shit. They said we was a holy type of people. We came in disgracefully, man. That's a huge walk of shame, though.
Yeah.
That was a walk of shame. Think about being gathered up, beaten up, and shackles being put on a royal nation of people, and we getting off the boats, all bloody, burned, and beat up, bitches on their periods and shit. We came off the boats in a demonic, disgraceful fucking way. Throw up on us and shit. Dead bodies on our shackles and shit, trying to get off the boats. Feces and shit. And the Lord washed us the fuck up, man.
Hey, you know what?
16.
After all of that, the Lord ended up still washing us up, man. We came over here in a disgraceful fucking way, man.
And then shame, it goes back to stigma once again. Shame.
Yeah, it was a stigma. Shame.
So they want to leave when you're done.
Blemish, bread, bark.
Yeah, but guess what? We still the chosen. We were still doing marvelous acts in those times, man, that Esau couldn't fucking figure out. You know? Go ahead, you got it.
I got something from the book, one of my favorite books, The Devastation of the Indies, by Bartolome de las Casas. It gives you the acts that Esau committed to Jake when they came over to Hispaniola. But the thing that was recorded about us, I'm going to read it in page 28. It said, actually I might start on page 27. It said that this large island, which is talking about Hispaniola, was perhaps the most densely populated place in the world. There must be close to 200 leagues of land on this island, and the seacoast has been explored for more than 10,000 leagues, and each day more of it is being explored. And all the land so far discovered is a beehive of people. It is as though God had crowded into these lands the great majority of mankind. It says, and of all the infinite universe of humanity, these people are the most guileless, the most devoid of wickedness and duplicity.
Guileless. No deceit.
Devoid of wickedness.
No deceit. Guileless, man. You know? Honest. It was. And you know,
Faithful to their native masters and to the Spanish Christians
Order.
who they serve.
Devoid of wickedness.
They are by nature the most humble, patient, and peaceable.
damn.
Holding no grudges, free from embroilments, neither excitable nor coarse.
And you took advantage of that? Only a devil could do that. And you took advantage of these good people.
It says,
There's a scripture for every description. Word description, there's a description for it.
yep, yeah, you know, people have no malice among you, this and that, you know. It said, these people are the most devoid of rancors. Rancors, R-A-N-C-O-R-S.
Rankers, yeah, rankers.
It says, these people are the most devoid of rancors, hatreds, or desire for vengeance of any people in the world. Now check this out. This is what Esau did. And because they are so weak and complacent, they are less able to endure heavy labor and soon die no matter what malady. The sons of nobles among us, brought up in the enjoyments of life's refinements, are no more delicate than are these Indians, even those among them who are of the lowest rank of laborers. They are also poor people, for they not only possess little, but have no desire to possess worldly goods. For this reason, they are arrogant, embittered, or greedy. Their repasts are such that the food of the Holy Fathers in the desert can scarcely be more parsimonious, scanty, and poor. As for their dress, they are generally naked, with only their pudenda covered somewhat. But it says right here, They are very clean in their persons, with alert, intelligent minds, docile and open to doctrine. They are very apt to receive our holy Catholic faith. So if you keep on reading, there's a lot to read. It's going to tell you how these Christians, which were the Puritans, these Edomites, they came over and they used that against us. They used our docileness, which was really humbleness, meekness, all right? And it took advantage of it. We were living on Hispaniola, man, in peace, essentially. It says that we came to another land to keep our laws, to flee from you.
Yep.
And you used the book, the Apocrypha, to get over here, to take us back.
Yep.
They want to say like they didn't know what was over here, man. You know exactly what was over here, man.
Christopher Colon knew what was going on over here. His favorite book was Esdras. They told you that. His favorite book, he was reading the book of Esdras. That's in the movie.
1492.
1492. What is it called? A conquest?
Conquest, yep. Conquest.
Conquest. Yeah. He said, how can you be so certain? Certain books. He said, books of Esdras. Esdras was a Jew. So was Christ. Yep. You got something else?
I got a
Ahmad? And we got a couple more that we're going to close out.
this
Oh, that was good. I didn't
John 10 and 10. It says, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. And that's what Saul came to do. You know, when he, anywhere he goes, you know, that's his MO.
Peace.
I got another one.
Border of wickedness.
Got another one, Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right. Jeremiah 23:7, man, says that can the leopard change his spots?
Change his spots.
Or he that is accustomed to doing evil do that which is good?
Hey, well, eating, that goes back to Cain.
Yep.
He said, if thou doest
Doest
well,
shall be accepted.
Yeah. Sin is before thee, man. If thou doest well, you can't do well.
It even tells you in Sirach that if you do good, he does it unwillingly.
Yeah. God damn it. I just told the truth. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Well, Proverbs 4 says,
I gotta
you sleep
listen
not.
My car ran out of gas, man, years back, and I went into the hospital. Some cops were there, Edomite cops. Like, man, my car ran out of gas. I got like $5 on payback, and he gave me a 20, but he fucking did not want to. He hated me. I never even known him. He was like, take it. He said, take it, go. I was like,
You're supposed to be a what the fuck? The police supposed to be public servant, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, he said, take it, go. Before I changed my mind.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Esau, man. It hurts him to do good things.
Yep.
Soul's not up right now.
Strange from the womb. Damn, this shit stink.
What's funny is they know it. It's like
They know they're the devil.
Yeah, they know it. They know he's saying Esau, but they're like,
They know they're the devil.
Motherfucking kid come up to him. You want to play? I don't want to play with you. Fuck you.
I hate fucking eating my kids.
Man.
Little motherfuckers. My mother used to fucking she adopted them little bastards. Remember Jonathan and what's the little nigga name? I remember Jonathan.
I remember Jonathan.
That's all I remember. Jonathan and some other his little brother was fat as hell. They was little babies like shorties. But them little motherfuckers was evil. Them little bitches was evil. Yeah, Jonathan and something. I forgot that little motherfucking name, man. Whatever his name was, but them little motherfuckers was evil. They was liars and shit. Them was Edomite babies, man. Adopted them little motherfuckers.
I remember one time we was in church. Jonathan was climbing on the podium and shit. Jonathan, get down. No.
badass.
There's demons at babies, man.
Yep.
They're strange from the womb, man. You know? I'm glad you didn't have us grow up with them motherfuckers. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Mama, something, they got stripped away. I don't know, she probably didn't want to deal with them little bitches. But anyway, another scripture?
I got one more.
Okay, cut.
Jeremiah chapter 31, 35.
We're going to leave immediately and just go straight to the crib.
starting at verse 35, it says, "Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar, and the Lord of hosts is his name." It says, verse 36, "If those ordinances were to depart from me, thus saith the Lord, then will the seed of Israel also cease from being a nation before me forever." So, you know, those ordinances of the moon and stars and, you know, and the sun, you know, that's forever. So this scripture is just saying that, you know, Israel will never depart from the Lord's graces, from being a nation, you know.
The sun is still coming up and going down.
Right.
The moon is still showing.
All right, but so yeah, there you go.
It's proving that.
We will never be consumed. We will never die, man. We're gonna be put back in the time, back.
That's right.
Esau know that. You know that. This is the reason why Revelation 12:12 gonna come to play.
Yep.
So with that, I just say, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Peace, salutation, hope, for language, but sincerity. Above all.
Above all.
Shalom.